Buffalo 0-1, Denver 0-1, and it's a fine kick by Matt Prater that will not be returned. So easily with the touchback, and Ryan Fitzpatrick now about to begin his first full year as a starting quarterback, comes on the field for the Buffalo Bills. Last year he hit exactly 3,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. He became a starter replacing Trent Edwards in the third game of the season and played very, very well despite a 4-12 season for Buffalo last year. That, of course, the same record posted by the Broncos. First down 10. C.J. Spiller in the backfield. He gets the handoff at left tackle and is out to the 24-yard line. And we'll introduce you now to the Buffalo Bills backs and receivers. Donald Jones, Fred Jackson, and Corey McIntyre in the backfield. Stevie Johnson, who had a breakout season a year ago at one wide out, and Scott Chandler is the tight end. Offensive line for the Buffalo Bills is missing. 2nd and 5. Spiller again. Now Fred Jackson has come into the backfield. They are on either side of Fitzpatrick, who takes it out of the gun. Play action under pressure. Von Miller couldn't get there, and Fitzpatrick takes off. He's short of the first down at the 29-yard line.
And Fitzpatrick is a guy who can run the football. He had 40 carries for 269 yards last year. Von Miller got off to a great pass rush. As you see, beat the tight end right there. All he's got to do now is just fall back inside and understand where the leverage is on the quarterback. As you see right there, he dips that shoulder. That's one thing about Von Miller that makes him special, is that he has that quickness and that first step, unlike anybody else that's on this roster.
3rd down 1. And again, it's Spiller, the featured back. Corey McIntyre is also there. Got him. I don't believe he got the first down. And it was Elvis Dumerville.
Elvis Dumerville stepped right across that line, had the discipline to stay backside. When you got a guy like C.J. Spiller, you got to understand that he's not just going to just slam it up in there. What he wants to do is get you started inside and bounce back outside.
So a nice stop led by Dumerville, and that's going to bring on Brian Moorman. And deep is David Anderson, one-time Colorado State player who's in his first year with the Broncos. On 4th and 1, it's a fake. Guess what? I thought you didn't do that stuff in preseason.
Well, you know, when you go out and sign Brad Smith for a 4-year, $15 million deal, then you want to get as much usage out of him as you can. He's a guy who's played wide receiver, quarterback, and as you see him right there as an up back, took that ball and surprisingly in the preseason ran for a first down.
Brad Smith in his first year with Chan Gailey's outfit. And he gets the first down. Take another look. That was quick.
That ball came right to him so quick, I think it surprised everybody on the field.
One-time Missouri quarterback. This is Spiller into the secondary. Cassius Vaughn was there to make the tackle. That's a gain of 14.
Right now, C.J. Spiller looks like he is the real deal. It's the guy who struggled last year. They wanted to know if he was the real deal coming out of Clemson. As you see right here on the replay, the edge is set, and what you have right now is you got guys who are not getting off block, getting over to the ball carrier. Once they get over to the ball carrier, I think they'll be able to make every tackle.
And he gets a first down on that 14-yard run. It's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick back, little pressure, screen pass. Spiller tackled and dropped at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Cassius Vaughn, the cornerback, number 41, who made the tackle.
And right now, Buffalo's in the rhythm. What they want to do is come out here and keep that defense on the field and try to let their offensive line get used to playing in this altitude, because I tell you what, it can be intimidating for an offensive ball club under these type of mile-high conditions.
2nd down. Chan Gailey has kept it on the ground on every play, including the 4th down. And now it's Spiller and McIntyre in the backfield. McIntyre the lead. Oh boy, some pressure, but Stevie Johnson makes the catch, and that's going to be another first down at the 39-yard line. This one in front of Champ Bailey.
I tell you what, these two teams are two teams who are trying to find their new normal, as we talked about in the open. And right there, what you see is Stevie Johnson just gave a great outside move and got to that slant quickly, understanding that there was a blitz coming, and Fitzpatrick was there to make sure that that ball was on time. And I'll tell you what, if he doesn't throw that ball on time, on rhythm, he's going to take one in the chops, and I tell you what, it's not going to be pretty.
Gain of 11, though, and a first down, first pass of the game. Out of the gun again, Fitzpatrick, the Harvard graduate. Goes off his back foot, finds his tight end, who gets into the secondary and moves all the way down to the 30. That's Scott Chandler, and that is a gain of 9. Boy, you're right. They are in a rhythm.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you look at Chan Gailey, one thing you have to know about him is that this guy is an excellent offensive coordinator. What he does is that he tries to get the defense off balance. Right there you saw the running back displaced, and all that team that was left was a tight end in the formation. As you'll see, the tight end blocks release, and now you have a perfect screen set up. That is just a great play call.
Fitzgerald a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Chandler in motion, now he comes back. Draw play. Fred Jackson goes left. Gets a good block from Johnson. Stevie Johnson, number 13, out on the corner, and that gave Buffalo an additional 6 yards. It's a gain of 8.
Got to hold those edges. In the NFL, what you got to know is that the edges mean that you are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. As you can see, when there's no edge, runners love to hit that corner. And as you saw right there, Jackson did exactly what all good runners do. They run the daylight. If there's no edge, you just keep running that ball outside. And, of course, you have a little more room to get the yardage that you want.
Buffalo has chewed up almost 6 minutes of the opening quarter. Opening kickoff, a touchback. They moved from their own 20 to the Denver 22. 10th play of the drive. That one is the first incomplete pass. I don't know if it was tipped or not. It looked like it might have been.
Well, Vern, what you have right now is that you have a quarterback who knows he's getting close to that red zone, and he's sitting right there around the 22, 23-yard line, and you know you want to make a play, but you don't want to do anything that's going to put your team in danger of possibly turning the ball over. So you got to be careful with the ball. So if you see a pass that goes a little bit further than it needs to go, it's because a guy is trying to delicately put that ball in there.
Second down and 10. Blitz coming. Deep corner route, up in the air, jostled, and oh no! Cassius Vaughn had it, it appeared, but he did knock it away and brings up third down and 10. Perfect. Pass was intended, for Donald Jones.
Perfect coverage right here. What you see is a zero coverage where you have a safety in the middle, and of course Vaughn pushes the wide receiver towards the sideline and still gives himself a chance to make an interception. Oh, he's gonna hate that replay. The guy's gonna give him a hard time about that in the meeting room. I mean, those are the kind of plays that you dream for if you're a defensive football player.
That brings up third down and 10. Johnson, wide left. Jones, wide right. Blitz coming from the corner. Good block. Wow. Fred Jackson made a great block on the corner. However, a fine defensive stand, nothing doing. Dumerville again.
And I believe that Elvis Dumerville may be the best football player on this Denver Bronco football club. As you'll see, the get off is absolutely perfect. And he turns that corner right at 6 yards. And if you can turn the corner at 6 yards in this league, that means that you're going to be a great defensive football player. And Elvis Dumerville is certainly a great defensive player, had 17 sacks a couple seasons ago.
Ryan Lindell is on for a 40-yard field goal. And the kick away. Buffalo first on the board. They go from the 20 to ultimately a fourth down. And John Fox's team will get the ball for the first time when we come back. 3-0 Buffalo in Denver. Denver bench during the timeout. Dumerville, Robert Ayers. We said it was a comfortable night. Looks like Robert Ayers would disagree.
I tell you what, it's warm down there, and all these guys have been going through a tough training camp. Many guys who are used to the two-a-day schedule say it's not a tough training camp, but it's been hot around here in Denver, so you'll understand if guys are hurting a little bit at this time.
Ryan Lindell, who just kicked the 40-yard field goal, will kick off. See the difference in Lindell and Prater, although he nails this one. What altitude? My goodness.
Was that 3 points for Buffalo?
It looked like it went through. Holy cow. Kyle Orton on the field when we come back. Kyle Orton in at quarterback. We'll then see Brady Quinn probably late second quarter, maybe the third. And Tim Tebow tonight will be in the third quarterback spot. Orton didn't play much last week, 2 of 6 in the Dallas opener, but you see he was well above 3,000 yards again last year. John Fox, first season head coach, Denver Broncos. He said, I don't know these guys. I've only been with them 3 weeks. You think the lockout still has an impact, Alfred, or is it back to normal now?
I think after 3 weeks of training camp, he knows all the guys are going to make this team already.
Orton, he's got the pass complete after the 25-yard line. Catch is made by Julius Thomas, number 80. How about that? He's in on the first play from scrimmage. He's the 4th-round draft pick from Portland State. Lloyd Marino, Spencer Larson, Eddie Royal, Daniel Fells, the tight end. As you look at the backs and receivers, I formation on second down. It's Moreno who goes right and is caught and dropped after a modest gain of a couple. Marcel Darius made the tackle with help from Chris Kelsey. Moreno, he's 10 pounds lighter this year.
Yeah, and he looks good out at training camp. You wonder if losing those 10 pounds, if he can get through a whole NFL season, but it was impressive to see him grind it out in training camp. Love to see him in the 9-on-7 drill, the inside runs.
3rd down 3, Orton got it! Complete out in the right wing, all the way out to the 44-yard line. Guess who? Brandon Lloyd, that's a gain of 18.
Brandon Lloyd is an excellent football player. He led the NFL as far as yards go. And I tell you what, when you see the release, you know one thing, the ball's going up top. And what he does right here is that he comes back for the football. He does this better than anybody in the NFL. Looks like this will continue again in 2011.
Had a remarkable season last year, albeit for a 4-12 team. Here's the handoff, and nothing doing over left guard. It was Moreno again, number 27. Brandon Lloyd, Tim Tebow was telling Alfred and me yesterday, he has seen Brandon Lloyd throw the ball 70 yards.
And also kick a 53-yard field goal. And he said that he played basketball with Brandon Lloyd, and he is the quickest leaper that he's ever played with.
Yep. 2nd down 9. 6:33 to go, first quarter of play. Orton in trouble. And it's going to be 3rd down 15, 14 perhaps after they spotted Marcel Darius, number 99, 3rd pick behind Von Miller, all-star at Alabama.
And I tell you, this guy is a fired-up football player. He thinks that the Denver Broncos slighted him by not taking him with that 2nd pick. And I tell you what, we'll take a look at the sacks from last week, and many of these are from guys who don't understand where they're supposed to be, but now you see total effort right now that's taken over for right now with the Buffalo Bills. They have confused everybody so far this preseason.
On 3rd down, out of the shotgun. 3-man rush, zone drop. Here's Orton. He's got it. Beautiful pass. There's a flag down at the 41-yard line. This will be interference one way or the other. Eddie Royal made the catch. He didn't play last week, held out because of a slight injury.
A lot of the questions around here in Denver was,
there are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation, number 70. Defense had 12 men in the field. Those fouls will offset. Replay 3rd down.
Oh, that's advantage Buffalo.
Yeah, a lot of questions around here was, will Kyle Orton throw it to the sticks? As we saw right there on 3rd down and 14, absolutely he went for the sticks, and I believe that's the quantum leap that we expect out of Kyle Orton around here in Denver, and he looks like he's going to deliver, but we'll get to see this again.
And so we'll redo it. Brandon Lloyd will head out to the near side. He's wide left. Eddie Royal wide right, and again the shotgun. See what Buffalo does defensively. They've got 3 down. They'll bring only 3. Orton has time across the middle. Blocked. Eddie Royal. That might have been just a smidge too high, but it's catchable.
Absolutely.
Even if he had, I don't know that he'd get the first down.
Yeah, it was catchable. And when you see Eddie Royal drop balls, it's unusual. You're talking about a guy who, since he was a rookie, has been open. He usually doesn't drop balls. And right there, you saw a guy who was already looking up to make the next guy miss. You got to catch it, look it in before you look up the field.
That'll bring on Britton Colquitt. 6 games of an average of 50 yards or better last year. Nice and high. Beautiful kick. And it takes a Buffalo bounce and goes into the end zone. 59 yards, touchback. It'll come out to the 20. And we'll step aside. 3-0. Buffalo Bills get the ball.
And get exclusive rewards and access from the NFL. Apply now at NFLExtraPoints.com.
John Fox on the sidelines. You noticed something in preseason regarding pads in Buffalo?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the offensive linemen for the Buffalo Bills, they don't wear thigh pads or knee pads, and that used to be a trend just for the wide receivers, but it looked like the big guys want to be light and tight around the field as well. That's unusual.
Anybody else you know of take that tactic?
I've never seen it before in the NFL.
Wow.
This is unusual.
Fitzpatrick at quarterback. Roll out. Looks deep. Oh, he is hit as he lets it go, and then the pass sails over the head of Stevie Johnson. Broderick Bunkley got a late run, but he arrived just about the time that Fitzpatrick let it go.
As you see right here, the best time to call a play if you're an offensive ball club is on first down, but Bunkley beats the pass block, and you see coming in right there, he does what the NFL wants you to do now as a defensive lineman. He does not go for the head, he goes for the body, and that's a great job of just defeating the pass block. C.J. Spiller still in the backfield. Number 28, second down and 10, stunt spot. Oh, they got him. Down at the 10. Von Miller, number 58. This guy is outstanding. I mean, this is why you draft this guy with the second pick in the NFL. He is one of the most exciting football players I've seen around here in Denver in a long time. He is rushing the passer from a two-point stance and just completely rolls around the corner. And when you look at him, you say, there's no way he's going to rush the passer from that two-point stance, but certainly he gets down in that stance and he can make it happen.
Highest draft pick in the history of the Broncos. Out of DeSoto, Texas, a suburb of Dallas. Third down, 18. Little screen pass right side. Fred Jackson has it, and he'll get knocked down as he gets to the 20. It'll be 4th and 10, a gain of 8. Cassius Vaughn, number 41, was there for that.
I tell you what, Vern, a lot of people always ask, why don't coaches throw for the sticks on 3rd down and long? Because it's one of those situations where you know that the defensive backs are looking to take interceptions back to the house on all of those plays, 3rd down and 12 or more. Coordinators know that, defensive backs know that, so they choose to check down or throw draws in during that time period.
David Anderson back to return the punt. He has to back up all the way to the 22-yard line. Now Anderson comes near side, hangs on to it. He's down at the 34-yard line. 59-yard punt, 12 on the return. Broncos get the ball back for the second time. That means the return of Kyle Orton. Buffalo leads it 3-0. Denver has the ball. The Best Bronco Ever has a new talk show. Hear John Elway's take on the team every Monday night on the John Elway Show. Drew Seitzer and Dave Logan will host Monday nights at 6 here on 9 News. Moreno, left side to the 42-yard line. And we'll pause for station identification. Eight-yard gain by Moreno last play. Orton stumbles, gets rid of it. Out in the flat, Moreno avoids a linebacker and then rumbles down to the 46-yard line. Denver first down. Jarris Byrd, number 31, finally got there. And the little screen works for a gain of 12.
And Noshawn Moreno is excellent catching the ball out of the backfield. And as you see, Orton stumbles a little bit going backwards, but he has the understanding where his running back is, and Noshawn just puts that foot in the ground and turns it up the field. That's what all good runners do. They just turn the ball right up the field.
3 of 4 passing now for Kyle Orton. He had the one first down throw on 3rd down wiped out by penalty. Play action, lobs it deep. Oh, goodness, Brandon Lloyd went right through his hands. Nick Barnett, number 50, was there.
That's unlike Brandon Lloyd. You see right here, Kyle Orton totally understands where this ball is supposed to go. See the tip right there.
Yeah.
That makes a little more,
now we know.
Sense. Yeah, Fells was looking for the ball, and we thought it all was because of an overthrow, but apparently it was a tip at the line of scrimmage.
Nick Barnett, a free agent acquisition from Green Bay. Now Willis McGahee is on the field for the first time tonight, number 23. And he gets 2 or 3. He was, of course, a number 1 draft pick of the Buffalo Bills back in 2003. McGahee suffered a terribly serious knee injury at the University of Miami, and really some doubted he would ever play in the league.
Absolutely, and last year didn't get a whole bunch of carries, but of course he has a wonderful relationship with Eric Studesville, the running back coach, and came on over to Denver.
3rd down, 3-0. Buffalo leads. Orton, a lot of time. Right side, Moreno has it, got the first down. Out of bounds at the 35, nice conversion. 6-yard gain.
Once again, you see the versatility of Noshawn Moreno. He's one of those guys, people want to know what he's all about. Is he a downhill runner? Is he a scat back? But what many people would like to peg him is a guy who can run the ball in 3rd down and long situation and in screen situations. He's got excellent hands.
First down and 10 after that Moreno catch. Eddie Royal starts in motion. Play fake. Orton gets a good block, goes right. Has the pass complete again, Brandon Lloyd. I think that was Orlando Franklin who got the block, the 2nd round draft pick out of Miami, and Orton delivers with a 14-yard gain.
What you see right there is Brandon Lloyd using his body, knowing where the sideline is and understanding what the situation is. When you look at the Denver Broncos, you can see right there, they're out of balance, of course. They can throw the football, but everybody wants to know if they can run. Last week they had a good job running the ball against the Cowboys. We want to see if we can do it again tonight.
Tried the power play to the left side, and this time it does not work. You see Julius Thomas again on the field. 1 year of football at Portland State, number 80. And he's made quite an impression in camp. Enough so that the Broncos drafted Thomas in the 4th round, number 80.
And you see right here, you see a little dancing in the backfield, trying to find just a little gap. Can't find anything, so what you do is just put your head down and try to get 2 or 3. Ended up with maybe a gain of 1.
2nd down, 10. Horton, left side. Caught McGahee. There's a missed block downfield, but he gets inside the 5 and is down to the 1. 20-yard gain, 1st and goal, Denver, as we have reached the end of the 1st. Safe landings to all. Back with the 2nd quarter. We welcome you back to Denver. Buffalo leading 3-0, but the Broncos about to score, and a nice play of 20 yards just a moment ago.
As you can see right here, Clady does a great job inviting the guy up the field, and Willis McGahee does a wonderful job of making one miss right there. All running backs in the open field, you have to make one guy miss, and certainly Willis McGahee did that, and now they are in scoring position on the 1-yard line. Last week, they went in this position, and they threw the football. I want to see if they're going to run it today.
1st down goal. Vern Lundquist, Alfred Williams with you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High. That's Julius Thomas. They'll run it and not get in. Wow. McGahee tried to back it in, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they're going to have a tough go of it with Kyle Williams, the Pro Bowler, number 95, in there at nose tackle. I mean, that's why you go to the Pro Bowl. You just break everything up in the backfield. And you'll see right here, that should have been a 3-yard loss, but McGahee, with excellent vision, turned that into no gain.
2nd down goal. Let's try right guard, and that's in for the touchdown. Willis McGahee, and the Broncos lead 6-3.
That's a great job of running right there, right behind your talent, and that's Chris Cooper. And Big 73 gets it done for you most of the time. And when you go on the right side, you know one thing. You got Orlando Franklin, and you have Chris Cooper. And if you see an offensive lineman standing up, that usually means that he did a great job at the end of a play on the goal line.
He knows the camera will find him. Extra point coming. That was Stephen Hrauschka who came on for the extra point. McGahee gets the touchdown. And Denver has a 4-point lead. Broncos lead at 7-3 with 14:21 remaining in the 2nd quarter. McGahee gets the touchdown at the end of a 66-yard drive, 10 plays. And Kyle Orton, superb during the drive, 4 of 5 for 55 yards. There's Orton. We expect him to play at least midway into the 2nd quarter, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's normal that you play your starters in midway in the 2nd quarter in the 2nd preseason game. John Fox is not going to change that tradition.
Prater. Wow. Touchback. And so the Buffalo Bills, trailing for the first time in the ballgame, will be on offense when we return. Denver Bronco defense back on the field. First teamers are in there right now. They need a lot of improvement, Alfred, defensively from what they posted a year ago.
Absolutely. As you can see right there from the screen, they were 32nd. There's only 32 teams in NFL with yards given up, and 32nd with points allowed, and 31st also against the rush. That is not what you want as a defensive package. And what you want is guys getting to the ball carrier and making sure they make a sure tackle.
Well, fine play so far tonight. They've yielded only 3 points. Here's Fitzpatrick, drops back, comes near side behind Stevie Johnson, And it is incomplete. Andre Goodman, number 21, defending on that play.
And what you saw right there was Johnson trying to run that same play that Brandon Lloyd ran a little early, that back shoulder fade. But the ball's got to come up, and it's got to be at the back shoulder of the defensive back. That's where the ball has to be.
And Torrent. Second down, 10. Ryan Fitzpatrick, second year in Buffalo. Actually, beginning his third. And this is Fred Jackson, who is stiffened as he gets to the 26. Nice gang tackling by the Broncos on that one. And a little jawing going on. C.J. Spiller, I beg your pardon.
That's for all you guys out there that don't think that this is this isn't important. This is really important. As you can see right here, guys want to make plays. And as you see right here, the ball is trying to be stripped right there by Cassius Vaughn. And of course, this is something you practice the whole time. So until that referee blows the whistle, then it's a live play. And you know, I love the enthusiasm. Got to make sure the guys don't get 15-yard penalties out there at this stage in the game.
Third down, 2. Handoff left side, first down Buffalo. This time it is Jackson. Fred Jackson, who was over 1,000 yards last year in his 5th season from Tiny Coe College in Iowa. And now Fitzpatrick is out of the game on first down. He heads to the sideline.
You know, Dennis Allen talked about being a physical ball club, and what you saw right there, that was not physical.
And Brad Smith is on, getting ready to take the direct snap. One-time great quarterback at Missouri, free agent acquisition this year. Gosh, he's going to run it. Huh. Last week he ran it 3 times against Chicago on third down, got conversions in all 3. Tonight, earlier, he ran out of a fake punt formation for a first down on fourth down, and he gets the one play, and Fitzpatrick's back in.
Yeah, Brad Smith is a guy who is versatile, and once again, you pay him $4 million. You pay him for a 4-year, $15 million contract. You're going to get some usage out of him. But Dennis Allen couldn't wait to see the Wildcat formation.
Yeah.
Apparently, they had a blitz call from both corners.
Dennis Allen, the new defensive coordinator of the Broncos. And off the right side, this is Spiller again. C.J. Spiller had that brilliant career at Clemson. In his second year, he's wearing 28 this year. He worked out a deal. He wore 21 last year. Leotis McKelvin, the starting quarterback, I'm sure at least the dinner was involved. And McKelvin gave up number 28. And Spiller had that number retired at Clemson last year, as a matter of fact. Third down. Across the middle, stripped, incomplete. Champ Bailey.
Might as well say Hall of Famer. This guy, believe it or not, has had more defensive coordinators with 11 than Pro Bowls. I think he is the finest cornerback in the NFL. It's clear to see that he wants to be a player they can depend on. This is the one guy that you can always look for excellence out of every time he touches the field. Love the play of Champ Bailey.
David Anderson is again back. Here is the punt from Lindell, or Mormon rather. And David Anderson grabs it, looks for a wall right side, and he's going to be down at the 23-yard line.
He's not afraid.
No. 50-yard punt, 9 on the return. Broncos have the ball and the lead. 7-3. 7-3 Broncos. A pleasure to welcome in the third member of our team down on the sidelines. Here's Rod Mackey.
Thank you, Vernon. I'm here with a very special guest, the governor, Governor Hickenlooper, with the sideline seat to watch the Bronco game. And you told me the only thing that bumps you out is you can't hear the game.
Well, you have someone like Vernon Lundquist and Alfred Williams, one of the great defensive players, and I can't hear them, but everything else is perfect.
Been good so far, and I'm waiting. I'm going to mess it up at some point with the Invesco field. It's not anymore. It's now Sports Authority Field.
And it's great to have a local company like Sports Authority that really is involved in the community. It's great. That's a great thing for the community.
Now, this isn't the only thing we have going on as we get ready for a play here. The Denver Broncos are playing today, but then starting in 2 days, we have a big cycling race going across Colorado. First time.
Well, this is the USA Pro Cycling Challenge, and I got the shirt to prove it. It starts down in Colorado Springs on Monday, goes all the way through, finishes up next weekend. It comes from Golden to Denver. They have the top 3 finishers in the Tour de France are going to be here. I mean, this is as big as it gets. There'll be 20 million viewers all over the world watching this. It's a great thing for Colorado.
It'll be special, and despite the jersey, he's not racing, just to let you know. Burn back up to you guys.
How about you, Rod?
No chance.
Okay, all right. Big completion on that last play to Daniel Fells. Here's a little toss over the middle as the Broncos control it. The governor doesn't look like he would be out of place on a bike, does he?
Not at all. I mean, former mayor.
Like I'm saying, you and I might. We might.
And you can see right here the first play that we were looking at there. A nice play right there from Fells, catching the ball right over the middle.
And here's Noshawn Moreno as the Broncos have moved across the 50 and down to the 44-yard line.
This is right about the time where defensive guys start to put their hands on the hip and start to feel the pressure of being 5,280 feet up in the in altitude.
Well, the Bills got caught, I think, with too many. Oh, they called timeout. They were having substitution issues.
Buffalo call. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Got a malfunctioning microphone there. First down and 10, and they did get the timeout. Buffalo did.
What they're trying to do is rotate those defensive linemen in there so they can get some fresh bodies in there.
Right.
The Denver Broncos right now are doing whatever they want to do offensively. They're throwing the ball on quick passes, play action, and of course Kyle Orton is a great play action quarterback. And now Noshawn Moreno is slamming it in there.
First down and 10. After that short timeout. Orton with the audible. Here comes the safety blitz. Moreno, nice move. Nifty little swivel hip to get to the outside. And I do not think he got the first down. Looks like he's just short.
Great call right here. I mean, Mike McCoy is in a rhythm right now, and he's what we call a play repeater in as far as a defense is concerned. And you see Noshawn Moreno get the edge right there. That is so unusual in the NFL. Knowing that all the big guys on the edge can run, you just don't see balls bouncing like that. Second time in this game.
Deep left side, diving try, contact, no contact. And Brandon Lloyd gave it up, but he couldn't make the catch.
Well, we've seen this over and over again from Brandon Lloyd. I think he is maybe one of the finest wide receivers to ever wear a Denver Bronco uniform. You know, I think he's underappreciated as far as the NFL goes, but this guy makes catches from the top of the route. He makes back shoulder catches. He'll go across the middle. He's just everything you want in a wide receiver.
That was Drayton Lloyd who was defending on the play. And now Kyle Orton has to burn the timeout on third down.
I don't know what you do if you're Drayton Flores. You got to do something.
Yeah. Time call. We invite you to join us tomorrow night on 9 News. Coach Sean Fox will join us for Broncos Tonight. Take a look back at tonight's game and look ahead to the Seahawks next week. Broncos Tonight airs Sundays at 10:35 all season long on 9 News. Oh boy, McGahee bobbled it, got it back, and plunges over right tackle for the first down. Dangerous moment there for Denver.
And I'll tell you what, you see what happened here. There's a clean pocket. It looked like McGahee did not clamp down. He was looking for the cutback immediately. And then you see how effective the offensive line is. I mean, that ball should have been hit by one of the defenders, but since that offensive line led on that right side again by Cooper and Franklin over there, they just getting the job done for them running the football.
Moreno's back in at the tailback spot. Denver 3 of 4. Here's the reverse, and it doesn't fool anybody. Eddie Royal, number 19. What happened there, Alfred?
I tell you what, if you're playing outside linebacker, defensive end, if a team runs a reverse on you and you don't make the play, that means that you are not a quality player. And what you see right here is responsibility from the Buffalo Bills defense. And you know you have a veteran player where he understands that he can't go in there and peek, but what happens is Spencer is absolutely out there to make a block, but great play from Buffalo.
Nick Barnett with the play. Here's Moreno. Nice. Beautiful timing pattern. He let it go almost before Brandon Lloyd made the cut. Matter of fact, he may have let it go before the cut.
I don't know if there's a better wide receiver quarterback tandem in the NFL right now. These two guys know each other as well as any two could. I mean, as you see Kyle Orton, that ball is gone. That back step is in the ground, and that ball is gone. Brandon Lloyd's not even out of his cut. I don't know who can defend that. I mean, maybe Superman has a chance, but nobody on this field today. That's just a great play.
Kyle Orton now 8 of 11. Here's the handoff on the right side and a gain inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. We were laughing yesterday, remember, in our meeting with Kyle Orton. I met him for the first time when he was a freshman quarterback at Purdue, and they played in the Sun Bowl. He threw the ball in that game, a loss, 74 times. He completed 38, but that meant 36 were on the ground. It was the world's longest game. It took about 4 hours and 40 minutes, and they lost. Nice. McGahee. Touchdown, Denver. Nice bit of officiating, too. Two officials got together and said, "You got it good?" He said, "Yes." Yes. 13 yards and the TD.
Mike McCoy is in rhythm right now. The offensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos is getting it done.
Well, Kyle Orton was telling us yesterday that, and Brady Quinn and Tebow said the same thing. Because McCoy is here as the offensive coordinator, not that much has changed, terminology especially. Extra point. Flag on the play. Stephen Hauschka, who's on for Matt Prater.
See what the call is here. It looked like it's
Well, we still don't have
Buffalo.
an explanation.
It may just be up against Buffalo, but and of course the Denver Broncos are going to decline here.
There we go.
The extra point is good. Point, offside, number 29 defense. The 5-yard penalty will be administered on the kickoff.
Start him young.
Happy camper there.
And one of those guys remembers John Elway. McGahee. 6:22 to go before halftime. And Denver leads it 14-3. Kyle Orton, brilliant so far. He's 10 of 13. And that last play, 10 plays, 76 yards. And it took 7 seconds less than 4 minutes. Orton, McGahee. Kyle Orton's had a more than decent night, hasn't he?
He's ready for prime time. He wants to take that next step. He wants to be a Pro Bowl player that gets his team to the playoffs.
Here's Prater's kick. And again, the touchback. New rule now, the gunners have to be 5 yards back of the kickoff when contact is made. And Prater, that hadn't been a problem. Here's John Fox. all those years at Carolina. I think the most I told John yesterday, one of the most impressive things I've seen all summer, Rod Mackey had him on the show, gave him 30 seconds to name all 16 stops in his coaching career. And he did it. He got them done with time to spare. First down and 10. Fitzpatrick batted up in the air, almost picked off. Bunkley, I think he got the knockdown as well. I'm not sure. We'll let you take a look.
Right here, you see that the quarterback is taking a 3-step drop, and all you can do at that point is get your hands up. Can't really find the ball because of the lights in the stadium because it's a night game. As you see right there, he's looking for the ball, but that's a great play. That's just great coaching. The Denver Broncos actually work on that with the jugs machine. It's carrying over to the game.
And so that brings up second down and 10. Fitzpatrick started 3 of 3, 2 of his last 8. Oh, he's under some pressure. My goodness. DJ Williams was the guy who drew a bead.
Tell you what, the Denver Broncos look like they're in just rhythm right now. I mean, you got a guy who's standing right over the tight end, and the tight end does not do a sight adjust. The quarterback does not see that there's a blitz that's coming outside. And once again, Dennis Allen says he wants to punish not just the quarterbacks, but he wants to punish anybody who touches the football. That was punishment.
DJ Williams with the pressure. It's 3rd and 10. Buffalo 1 of 5 on 3rd down. Little motion. Flag is down. So is the quarterback. Now, where's the infraction going to be called?
Defense offside. Number 58, 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
There's the answer.
Von Miller just trying to get off on the ball, anticipating the snap count rather than going on the movement of the ball. You understand that you want to get there, and this guy can rush from both the left side and the right side, but unfortunately he got out too quick that time.
3rd down. Ask the Booth. You got a question about tonight's game? Email us to askthebooth@9news.com. We'll try and answer a few of your questions during the game tonight. And I'm not sure what transpired.
The line judge right there, so I wonder if they are checking the clock.
Play clock, apparently.
Clock. Reset the clock to show 5:54. 5:54, please.
You know, Vern, I never liked 3rd down and 5 because it's an iffy down. As a pass rusher, you can't really turn the corner. The quarterback's probably going to take a 3-step drop. Play action really doesn't work here for the offense, but you know the ball's going to come out. And as you see right here, you have trips to the left side. This is definitely a ball that's going to come out quick, empty backfield.
Are you suggesting you like 3rd and 15 better?
A little bit.
Yeah. There it is. And that's going to be close. Fumble. It's picked up. Champ Bailey, no. Whistle. It's down. That's Raheem Moore, 2nd-round draft pick. But the ball had been whistled. There was a flag, I see. Beg your pardon. A flag in the offensive backfield.
There was a reception on the play, and additionally, there is a personal foul, roughing the passer, number 92 on the defense. The 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Playing good defense, and you look like you could have an opportunity to have a fumble. You'll see Elvis Dumaville right there, and maybe what they're calling is that left hand rising to the face mask, but I thought that was something that we would take care of individually, play-by-play basis. It didn't look like a personal foul to me.
Nevertheless, it's called a 1st down at the 45-yard line. That one looks like it's going to be a loss. C.J. Spiller. And the clock now shows 5:09 to go before the break. So Dumerville called for the personal foul.
Yeah, they really miss Elvis Dumerville. He is an excellent football player. What he does is he gives the cornerback the type of confidence they need to play the coverage that they have to. If there is a blitz call, they know that with Elvis Dumerville playing in, it's going to come out quick. Helps out everybody.
And that's a replay of the flag that was called, the play in which the flag. Oh my goodness. Jail. DJ Williams was the last guy there. It's a loss of 8. As Spiller got wrapped up and tried to, let's look at Dumerville again, Alfred.
And once again, Elvis Dumerville is right there as the ball gets there, and we don't know if this is supposed to have been play action or fake, but Elvis almost took the handoff. Next time you get that close, Elvis, just take the ball and run for a touchdown. Don't worry about tackling somebody if you're that close to the quarterback.
Now here's a down you like.
I love this down.
3rd and 19.
Here comes the tight end scheme.
I'm getting with you. Fitzpatrick, deep right side. Oh, man. Flag. I thought we might see one. Raheem Moore, Stevie Johnson, and Johnson's going to get in there and mix it up with him. Johnson still wants to have a piece of Raheem Moore. Now the officials.
That's something the league wants to crack down on this year. That's unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, you got a guy that's defenseless running down the sideline, and as a young guy, you know, Raheem Moore has to understand that in that situation.
I wonder if he's been ejected. Do you think?
Yeah, I would imagine so. That is, you know, that's something that's been talked about in great detail around the league. You can't lead with your helmet on a defensive player.
Well, unfortunately,
automatic first down.
Now we'll try and confirm that I'm sure he was ejected. He came immediately off the field, but we're having microphone malfunctions, so. And meanwhile, the receiver is still out on the sideline. That's Donald Jones, number 19.
A guy who they were depending on this year to have a big year for them in Buffalo. With Lee Evans departing, I expected Donald Jones to come out and give them that deep threat and give them something they can work with opposite Stevie Johnson. But, you know, that's the sad part about this game, that it is physical and it is violent at times. And you have to protect each other. And I know it sounds a little funny to say that you have to protect each other even though they're in different colors, but you know, you all feel like you're part of one NFL family, and I'm quite sure he'll get an envelope from the commissioner after that.
Now John Fox prowling the sidelines. Time taken now as they tend to the injured player, Donald Jones, who was up in the air. And we're told that he is talking. Now they got him in a, yes they do. He's in a seated position. That's a welcome sign.
Well, they love the range of Raheem Moore. There's a lot of talk about him being a type of guy who could come out and have a big rookie year by intercepting the football. The one question that they have had about him is whether or not the rookie will, you know, put his head in there and make a tackle. Well, but in this situation, you got to aim lower or go for the ball.
That's going to be a big fine from the league office. And Raheem Moore has now taken a seat on the end of the bench. He's not left the field, and he's getting a little counseling. As Donald Jones, that's a great sign. He's up and on the bench and apparently okay. 3 penalties all on this drive against Denver's defense for a total of 35 yards. And it's first down now from the 48-yard line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches around Raheem Moore. Down on the sidelines. And now the conversation ends. That pass intended for Stevie Johnson.
You know, Vern, I know that it was a vicious play, and Donald Jones was injured on the play, but as a young player, you can never see this. You can never see a guy sitting by himself, especially while the defense is on the field. This is a learning moment for him. I mean, if he wants to be an NFL player, it just comes with the territory.
Second down, and Fitzpatrick now 1 for his last 6. Handoff. Jackson goes right, gets a seam down the sidelines, and still churning inside the 30. He's picked up another first down. Champ Bailey makes the stop.
Anytime you see a run that pops for more than a couple yards in the NFL, it usually means that a guy is out of his gap. You know, this is a league that's about responsibility more than anything else. And when you see a 20-yard run from a runner, you know one thing. You can see right there the grab and the tug, and Dickerson is trying to reach out there, but it's too late. You got to make sure you move your feet and get into that gap.
Gain of 20, 3:05 to go before the halftime break. 14-3, Denver leads. Draw play. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Donald Jones, with the trainers by his side, heads to the locker room. And I don't want to belabor the issue, but Raheem Moore is still sitting. He's got one of the young men by him now, but that's it.
And I'm quite sure he feels bad about what happened, but, hey, this is still a game that's going on, and you still have to be competitive. Go ahead and, brush the dirt off your shoulders and get over there and watch the rest of your team compete and encourage them.
Second down. 2:20 to go before halftime. Here's Fitzpatrick. Drills it. It is intercepted. It's picked off near side. DJ Williams got the deflection.
This is what this team needs. Talking about a team last year that only had 10 interceptions. What you want are takeaways. And as you see right here, get your hands up. And Joe Mays, way to play it with your face mask. DJ Williams, a former running back. Of course, he's going to catch that football and run with him. Got to make one miss right there, DJ.
He was, people forget, he was one of the most, DJ Williams was one of the most highly recruited running backs out of California when he went to Miami. Brady Quinn is in at quarterback. So he comes in with 2:05 to go before the break. Quinn, who led 2 touchdown drives in the 1-point loss last week in Dallas. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and conversations continue on the field. Time called. DJ Williams' interception off the deflected pass gives Denver the ball. Brady Quinn, based on his play last week in the game at Dallas, has moved into the number 2 spot. Kyle Orton threw for the night 10 of 13. I would call that efficient.
And more importantly, when you look up, there's 14 points on the board. This is a screen play. Of course, it's an easy play for a quarterback to make, but now you see the comeback from Brandon Lloyd. Once again, Kyle Orton standing strong in the pocket, catches fails, running down the middle of the defense and outside again, once again to McGahee, and of course that is a touchdown.
Lance Ball is in at running back. He gets the handoff and comes right side and is out. 1:49 to go. That's a gain of 4.
Well, I guess the Denver Broncos are not in a hurry right now.
Yeah, it looks like it.
To run a 2-minute offense.
Brady Quinn last week, those are the stats, 8 of 14 for 120. Did not play a down last year in his first year since coming from Cleveland. At the end of a 5-year contract that he originally signed as the number 1 draft pick of the Browns, amidst so much hoopla. When he got drafted by Cleveland, he's from Columbus and of course played at Notre Dame. First down on the last play, and again, not any sense of urgency here at all.
It looks like they just want to run a few plays, but not really in a 2-minute type of offense.
Stunts defensively by Buffalo. Across the middle, Matthew Willis, number 12 with the catch at the 46-yard line. Now 48 seconds to go and the clock running. That's a gain of 16. Out of the gun, 38 seconds remaining. Quinn deep down the middle, tipped, almost picked off.
And you kind of wish that Orton was in the game at this point. I mean, he's the guy who's been out there taking reps, but a tough situation for Brady Quinn to be inserted at the end of the second quarter as you're getting ready to go into halftime. But you know what? This is the NFL. This could actually happen in the game. So every opportunity is a learning opportunity for everybody out here on the field.
And that tip by Reggie Corner, the cornerback.
I like that.
Yeah. Most appropriately named man in the NFL. There we go. Diving down to the 25-yard line. It's Eddie Royal, number 19. Do they use a timeout? A gain of 20. 23 seconds to go, and yes, Denver has called timeout.
You know, Brady Quinn has looked excellent the entire preseason. As you see right here, the eyes are down the field. He has the patience to wait for the route to open up. And, of course, that ball is caught by Eddie Roy. He looked it in all the way this time. And see that little extra right there, that little extra jump forward gave him those 3 yards that at the end of the game, you look up and say, wow, you know, nice game, Eddie. But what it is that veteran leadership that he's showing and how to just advance yourself up the field as a wide receiver. Great job in protection by the offensive line also.
7th different wide receiver or running back or tight end to catch a pass for Denver tonight. Here's Quinn. With time, no he doesn't. Pocket collapses. Lance Ball makes the grab. He's down inbounds. 14 seconds, 13, and timeout called by the Broncos. That's a gain of 14.
And that's off a back foot right there. That is an excellent throw right there from Brady Quinn. Looked like he had some stunts that happened right in front of him, and what he did was retreated just a little bit.
Number 57, defense. The half the distance penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Now I'm quite sure Brady Quinn is asking him, then we don't have to burn our timeout.
That's Danny Batten, who had 2 sacks last week for Buffalo, number 57, and he got to Quinn.
Now, Vern, I didn't see anything wrong with that.
I didn't either, as a matter of fact. How about that? I knew you wouldn't. It's indigenous to the position you play. 9 News halftime update, news, headlines, and weather. That's coming up at the half, and we'll also have an interview with Bronco coach John Fox. 9 News halftime update, news, headlines, and the weather. Eddie Royal goes to the right side after the penalty. Quinn, no, hands it off. Now, 9 seconds to go. They use their final timeout and stop the clock with 7 seconds remaining. Well, Brady Quinn spent part of the lockout working with Paul Hackett, longtime offensive coach in the NFL, and he also spent time with David Lee, who's the new offensive coordinator at Ole Miss. I thought the comments from David Lee were really stunning because he's worked with both the Mannings, Peyton and Eli.
Yes.
And he said, I guarantee you, Brady Quinn can throw the ball as hard as either of those 2 guys.
Yeah, but what we've seen is the accuracy. I mean, throwing the ball hard is one deal, but the accuracy that he's shown this preseason is what's been impressive to me.
7 seconds to go before the break.
Can't take a sack here.
Nope. Got it. Tipped. Intercepted. And it's going to be returned out to the 30. And caught from behind is Terrence McGee, number 24. How about that?
What you got to do in that situation, Vern, is you got to do a punch cut. You have to touch the defensive tackles up top and immediately go down to their knees so that will chop them down so that'll get the hands down. You can't just block them normal. You got to go punch cut in that situation.
Offensive line problems then. Rod Mackey with John Fox.
Okay, thank you. Coach, first of all, assess the offense. Obviously tough play at the end, but Kyle Orton looked tremendous out there.
Well, I thought we moved the ball offensively. I think we moved it better than we did last week, and that was a challenge for.
Now Kyle Orton wearing a big smile, as well he should. His work is done from the night. Denver leading 14-3. Brady Quinn in at quarterback. Vern Lundquist, Alfred Williams, and Mr. Williams take us through the highlights.
What you see right now is great plays from the Denver Bronco defense, getting hits on quarterbacks, making plays behind the line of scrimmage. You see right there, Von Miller coming around for his first preseason NFL sack. And right here is the first touchdown for Willis McGahee in the red zone. And of course, a short corner out there for McGahee for the touchdown. And unfortunately, Raheem Moore with the untimely, uncalled for hit at this stage of the game. In the preseason. Not just the preseason. I got to take that back. There's never a time for that in NFL.
Let's take a look at the halftime stats. Rushing yardage about equal. Big edge for Denver, passing yardage and third down conversions. Slight edge for time of possession for Buffalo, not meaningful though. And the turnovers even at 1-1.
It's important to have those third down conversions. Those keep drives going, and the Denver Broncos were 3 out of 4 on that first half. That's just excellent.
Cassius Vaughn, number 41. We'll watch this one sail over his head and touchback.
Vern, I think that the rest of this season we can go ahead and pretty much call most of the plays that happen in the NFL touchbacks on the kickoff, unless a team goes ahead and decides to squib kick it.
Right.
I mean, this is the way that the commissioner and the guys on the NFL competition committee wanted to see football played, taking out the kickoff return game.
How about you?
I don't necessarily like it because I think it's an exciting play for those members out there who have great returns.
Brady Quinn out of the backfield to Julius Thomas, the tight end, number 80. Talked about him previously with his 1 year of football experience, 3 years of basketball at Portland State. And by the way, Mr. Bronco is going to join us sometime here in the third quarter. John Elway is going to stop by and spend a few moments with us.
Julius Thomas is having an excellent preseason. He has by far been the outstanding rookie of this camp so far.
Lance Ball, number 35, goes left. Close for the first down at the 30-yard line. There's Julius Thomas.
I've seen this guy run routes that reminded me of a guy I went to go into the Hall of Fame, Shannon Sharp. And I know that's high praise.
Ooh.
But let me tell you something, Vern, he was open at every 7-on-7 passing drill, and he's been open early in this game. He got the first pass reception from Kyle Orton.
Yeah, that is a first down. Brady Quinn off to a good start, 4 of 6. Did have the, this one's wide open. Eric Decker, I beg your pardon, Eric Decker, number 87. And that's a gain of 22 yards. Decker apparently has wrapped up that number 3 receiver spot. Alfred, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And what he's able to do is catch the ball at his highest point. And what you see right now is that you see Williams giving up the inside leverage, and you'll see a safety who's really concerned about taking that big shot and tries to take him down low. Decker almost turned that into a touchdown.
Decker starts in motion. Quinn handoff, Lance Ball going left and moves it down to the 45. So for the most part, the second unit is in there now. That tackle made by Arthur Moats, number 52. Brady Quinn, 5 of 7, 81 yards.
Decker is one of those guys, when you look out there, you say, this guy is a big guy. What is he doing in the slot? He has quick feet, plus he knows how to separate from a defensive back.
Left side.
Got to have a little more creativity running the football right there. I know you want to get positive yard, but you got to have a little more creativity.
That's Brandon Miner, number 36, with the carry. As we are in preseason and going deep into the roster.
These guys are trying their best to make this team, and they'll do everything they can to try to improve their chances.
Third down now. Split backs. Quinn, straight drop back. has it complete but short of the first down at the 39-yard line, and that'll bring up fourth down and a decision.
It's the preseason. It's got to be go for it.
I think so. Yeah. Pretty quick decision, I would guess.
Right, a little swing pass, you know. Now we got a fourth down and one. This is an attitude play. He wants to see the attitude of the guys that's in the game right now. The entire second team is in right now.
So we'll line up with the I formation on 4th and 1. Left side could move the chain. That's Lance Ball, number 35.
I would say that's a good attitude play.
Yeah. First down, Broncos.
You know, the players love playing for John Fox. They say he is so encouraging as a head coach. And as you see right there, that's just a nice, tough run. You know, just lower your pads. You know you're going to get tackled. Every play, by the way, in the NFL is blocked for a touchdown. Unfortunately, the defense doesn't get that memo.
And it's a first down and 10. Decker in motion, goes deep down the middle. Quinn in trouble, fires it, and it's incomplete. Well, guess what? It's time for Ask the Booth. And the neat thing about this process is I get to ask and you get to answer.
All righty, let's go.
All right, here we go.
All
From
righty.
Scott, are you as tired as I am of people always asking why Tebow isn't starting, even when they're given an answer?
I think for those people out there who are passionate about young Tim Tebow, they need to understand that this is a process. Brady Quinn is in the 5th year. He's earned this right. He has started in this league, and one thing that you know about Brady Quinn is that he's now ready to play in this league. We just want to see when Tim Tebow gets his chance.
Draw play, Quinn hands it off to Minor, and whistles finally blow. Well, it's a learning process for Tebow, who thought a month ago that he was going to have a shot at the #1 job, and I think attempts were made to trade Kyle Orton, specifically to Miami, but the contract restructuring proved an insurmountable hurdle. And so now Tebow, who has struggled. Do you agree that the lockout might have hurt him as much as anybody?
Yeah. There's no question that it really did hurt him, but it did not hurt Brady Quinn. The guy has been excellent.
Quinn got it at the 31-yard line. The catch made by David Anderson, number 89.
You want to see that play just extended just a couple of yards. You got to understand where you are on the football field. And I know that each route has a route tree and a route design, but when you run down here knowing that, you got a pivot route, you just hope that could happen a little deeper. And you saw him take a look over at the sideline to see where the first down was. Unfortunately, he just didn't get it there.
On 4th and 3, Matt Prater comes on, 14 of 16 a year ago till he was injured. And the kick is up, and it is gone, and it is right through the uprights. Prater knocks it home. Broncos increase the lead at 17-3. A little sideline study going on now as Brady Quinn looks over. And
well, you would think with all this new technology out there, they would have moving pictures by now, but those are the same pictures that have been on the sideline for well over 20-something years.
Yeah, no, remember the old Polaroids?
Right.
I do remember this, Alfred. I don't know if you do. They used to have to run them down from the press box. And a guy would scoot over to the elevator, get down. Well, by the time he got there, they were a series and a half ahead. But they'd all look like amazing. That's Steve Hauschka, who replaced Matt Prater last year late in the season and was 6 of 7. We're going to take a timeout. Be right. We welcome you back to newly named Sports Authority Field at Mile High. I got through it again.
Way to go.
Yeah. We have a small wager here as to which one of us is going to get it wrong. And my partner has said he's not going to refer to it by name at all.
It's just a beautiful night at
Yeah.
Field.
First down and 10. Handoff. Oh, beautiful tackle. That was Johnny White, number 35, their new running back. And Mario Hagan, number 57.
Looks like he's down, Vern.
Now that is in our booth.
Right there.
Yeah. Lest we forget.
Take a look at that. We take a look at that at every opportunity that we can.
The two of us are looking that way constantly, just to make sure. Actually, I find myself, and Johnny White is down. He was the player who carried the ball just a moment ago.
Looked like his legs got tangled in the backfield. Mario Hagan stayed at home on that one, and White tried to make a cut back out right and bounce it. Take a look at it again. And you see right there, Mario has him, and he's twisted down.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's a shoulder more than anything else. I'm quite sure they'll have the, well, it looked like his foot got caught there as well. His right foot and knee were planted in the ground.
Johnny White, a rookie out of North Carolina.
You just hate to see injuries anytime
Oh, man.
in football. But these guys have worked their entire lives for this opportunity. And I know everybody can't make it to the NFL, but, man, you sure hate to see a guy injured while trying to make that attempt to make it.
Taking every precaution.
You have both medical staffs over there. You'll see the Denver Broncos will have their staff along with the Buffalo Bills to try to help out. And the Broncos will usually stand behind and assist if they need any help. But of course, for the players, this is a tough thing, because what happens is, as soon as he's moved out the field, you're looking at a guy who's injured, but as soon as he's moved out the field, the entire football community expects you to play back up immediately like you didn't see it. But it is somewhat intimidating at times to see guys go down, and especially if you hear things like pops or breaks or that yell, and it could be gruesome at times.
Well, the entire medical staff of the training staff of the Buffalo Bills out on the field. They tend to Johnny White, and we'll step aside for just a moment. Well, the medical staff continues to pay attention to Johnny White, the injured running back from North Carolina, the rookie. Injured when tackled by Mario Hagan. Chan Gailey looks on with concern. They have brought the stretcher out, and will very carefully now, at an appropriate time, will lift him onto the stretcher. Some of the Bronco trainers are out there as well to see if they can give any assistance, but right now it's in the hands of the doctors and the training staff. Now, give him a little support.
And Vern, for many people out there, they don't understand that each team travels with their orthopedic surgeon.
Right.
Just for any type of reasons like this, where they, something may be out of place where they can set it back in. And I just looked down there, and Dr. Martin Boblick for the Denver Broncos is sitting out there, and I'm quite sure the Bills have their orthopedic surgeon on the sideline as well. They actually travel with the team.
Alfred, I've been doing this a long time, and these are always very, very difficult moments, obviously, for the injured player, more so for his teammates and the opposition, but also for the fans and those of us in broadcasting. There never seems to be anything really appropriate to say, and so prayers are offered. Ryan Dawkins spending a moment with himself.
Yeah, I played football a long time and retired about a decade ago, and of course I've had my share of my own injuries where I've been taken off the field, but you just never want to see it. But once again, there's gonna come a time when White has moved off the field and football resumes, and it's surreal. It's happening, and it's surreal, and you're back to work. the task at hand is making this football team, as you are, if you're the Buffalo Bills, witnessing your teammate being carted off, and if you're the Denver Broncos, watching an opponent who you probably played against in college,
right?
Carted off the field.
Here's an ACC player, and the looks of concern from, I would say, half the team. Brian Dawkins continues in prayer.
And I love sports fans, and I believe, the city of Denver especially, when guys are down, I've been in some places, won't name them,
Yep.
but I've been in some places where they've cheered when guys have gone down, and that's not the right way to handle this type of situation. The good people of Denver have been great for many years, not just tonight, but for many years, and I'm quite sure they'll give him a warm get well as he's helped off the field.
Oh, quite obviously, we don't know the nature of the injury, except that extraordinary caution is being taken. Before they lift the stretcher up for Johnny White.
You see all the teammates over there, they're concerned. They want to know what happened. See the guys on the field. They are asking each other, as teammates would, what happened. You have the guys from the Broncos asking what happened.
Sure.
And the only thing that you really need to know is that the guy is injured, and he's getting excellent medical care right now.
Teammates coming over to just reassure him, touch him, give him words of encouragement. And as you say, Alfred, as sad as this moment is, the game will go on. And obviously, it goes without saying, we'll let you know what we know as soon as we're informed as to the nature of the injury. But, well, I don't want to say it looks quite serious, because we've often seen guys taken off the field in this condition and overnight, and then they're fine. So Johnny White. And now back to play. Tyler Thigpen is the quarterback at second down. Thigpen back, near side, caught at the 27-yard line. Catch is made by Naaman Roosevelt. That's a gain of 8. Thigpen, a free agent, signed this year from Coastal Carolina.
And I tell you what, if Paris Cox turns around, he's going to have an interception going the other way.
Third down, 3rd and 3. Broncos leading 17-3, and as we've indicated, we've got Mr. Bronco going to join us here in the third quarter. John Elway is going to spend a few moments with us. Left side again, incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and for an update on Johnny White, the injured Buffalo player, let's go down to Rod Mack.
Yeah, hey guys, I just listened to Greek talking to some of the coaches on the Broncos sideline, and he says it's cautionary. He said there was movement. He thinks everything's gonna be all right. Now that's not official, obviously, but that's the feeling he gets from being on the sideline and watching him get taken off on the cart. So hopefully that is good news. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Rod, very much. It's 4th down, and the punt will be taken by Mormon. Low snap, the kick is away. This one could be returned. At the 25, at the 35, it is returned and out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 17-3, Denver has the ball. Brady Quinn leads the offense back on the field. I did it again.
Way to go, Vern.
Oh, goodness. The challenges are different at times. And thanks to Rod Mackey for the update on Johnny White. And we're about ready to go. Brady Quinn, who had a terrific first half except for the tipped interception. Let him go, boys. Well, this is not us. Well, we have, as we said, we have been joined by John Elway, and we're going to continue to talk to John. Thanks for coming up.
My pleasure. Good to be here.
You've got to be very happy with what you've seen tonight.
You know, it's been a good first half. There's no question about that. The quarterbacks have both played really well, and defensively we've stopped them. So it's a good opener for us at home.
Lance Ball going to the left. There's a flag down. John, what are you as an executive looking for? We know what John Fox and his staff are looking for. How about you? Are you analyzing? And
you bet. I mean, I think that get involved with the pro personnel staff, as well as the scouts. And so, I mean, I enjoy that. That's really why, obviously had the opportunity to come back, but I really enjoy getting involved in the football side and getting in the middle of that and evaluating these guys and really talking through things on the personnel side.
Holding call against the Broncos, so it's moved back to the 27-yard line. And John Fox really refreshing.
You know what? He really is, and he's kind of exactly what we needed. He's a guy that really gets his players to play hard and really buy in the system. And you know what? He's done a really special job this year because with the lockout and everything, he's only really known these guys for about 3 weeks now. And so he's made that connection very fast.
Well, and he made that point to us yesterday. How do you like your team? He says, well, what I know I like.
Right.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. And so, the whole staff's done a tremendous job. Dennis Allen and, obviously the defensive staff, most of them knew. Adam Gase back on the offensive side with Clancy Barone. And Dave Magazoo's the new offensive line coach. But they've really melded well with the players. And, we're seeing it work tonight. I mean, I think that we look sharp on the offensive side and really hustling to the ball on the defensive side.
John, you're at practice every day. Is this still fun for you?
It is. You know what? I was raised in the game of football, and with my dad being a coach, and so kind of took a 10-year hiatus there, but was involved with the Arena League there. But I enjoy being around the game. It's what I'm used to, and I love the fact that you have a game every week, and you get that test every week and kind of find out where we are. And so that's why this week Dallas wasn't bad last week, but it's good to see us come out and look sharp tonight.
It'll be third down now, third and long, as we look at the Ring of Fame and a familiar number up there. Third and long. Here's Quinn back, right side, tipped, incomplete. It'll be a fourth down as Eric Decker can't make the tackle. How much did your experience in running the Arena League club, does that apply to what you're doing here?
You know what? It gave me an idea of what it was going to be like. Obviously a lot different magnitude in the Arena League, but having worked, got on the business side, learned the business side, and then was involved with Mike Daly, who was our head coach, involved on the football side. And I had to learn that game. It's a different game, but it gave me an idea of if it was something that I thought I really wanted to continue to do. And once I did that, I realized it's something that I hopefully had a chance to get back in and do.
Daquan Searcy is the deep man. The flags are down on the return as Buffalo forced the punt from the Broncos.
John, as you've been there at training camp every day, as we talked about, I see you walking around and you just touch guys on the shoulder. You may just say
number 23
a word or so.
During the return, 10-yard penalty, first down.
You may say a word or so. You never stay a long time and counsel guys. Are you just passing words of encouragement, or are you actually giving tips?
Well, no, I mean, it's really encouragement. I mean, I think, and it's the same thing with me. I didn't really know a lot of the players either, even though, I hadn't been around them. I knew who they were, but really didn't know them. And so being down there on the field, and obviously in practice, you don't want to get in their way, but, it's kind of a way for me to get to know them a little bit.
As a former quarterback, how do you feel it's going with the quarterback battle right now in training camp?
You know what? I think it's going great. I think they've all come in. They're all competing, and Kyle looked really good the first half, and they've all been throwing the ball very, very well. And Timmy had a little bit of a slow start to camp, but he's come on strong. And so we're very fortunate to have three guys that all can play.
I look around the stadium, and I see an equal number of number 7s and number 15s. It's good to know they haven't forgotten.
That is nice. That's right.
Hey, by the way, man, you owe me another Super Bowl. You retired too early.
Oh, I didn't want to retire. My body made me retire. That's the only bad thing.
John, are you able to play golf at all? Have you given the game up for a while?
You know, I haven't played since we started camp. I played up in Tahoe in the middle of July, but really hung them up through training camp. I may play a little bit during the season, but once we see what the schedule and how that looks, maybe I'll get out and play a little bit. But there hasn't been the time in training camp with the lockout. You know, everything was pushed into a really with free agency, training camp, everything going on at the same time. We had a lot of different things going on at once.
Is there, in your mind, and I asked John, Alfred this and John Fox, is there a lingering effect from the lockout, or is that kind of in the past?
You know, I think that, no, I don't think there's any animosity on either side. I think that's gone very smoothly. I think it's taken a while with the new work rules to everybody get used to those, especially for the coaches, because they weren't, I think John changed his, John changed his practice plan about 6 times before we finally got in there.
We're back in Denver. Mario Hagan shaken up on the last play, but was able to walk off without help and appears to be okay.
John, I see that you are up here on the coaches level. Are you there to hear the calls from the coaches?
I am. I enjoy that. I've never been in the coaches box before, other than usually down on the field. But I like to hear everything that's going on, what the coaches are saying.
Big Pen. And again, a good defensive play by the Broncos, and that's going to force a 3rd down. Well, one of the more amazing things we just discovered about John Elway is that in the middle of his last statement, we had to go to commercial. and John, it's a little tricky at times. John took a count from 10, and you kind of hesitated at 6.
Yes.
But then
once I finally
got it together,
I got it out of there.
You completed the sentence, and we went to 1, and we were gone. Perfect. 3rd down. Big Pen, and again, the ball's a little high and incomplete. John, it is so good to see you in this capacity, to see you again, first of all, but to have you as a vital part of the Broncos. I think everybody in the state and throughout the West is thrilled about
Well,
that.
thanks, Vern. You know what? I'm excited to be back, and I appreciate Mr. Bolin giving me the opportunity. And we got a good start, and we'll go out and get this thing turned around and start winning some football games.
Don't forget the John Elway Show, Mondays at 6 o'clock on 9 News. Thank you, John.
You bet, Vern. Good to see you.
You bet.
Alfred.
And here is the punt at the 29-yard line. Around the side and up to the 45.
I think on all of the special team plays that you get explosive plays, they're going to have to come in the punt return game.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's come down to. It's not going to be what we're used to in the kick return game now that they've moved it up, the kickoff until the 35. So I really believe that you're going to get all the exciting plays out of your punt return going forward.
1st down. Brady Quinn is the quarterback. Under some pressure. Pressure from Terrell Troop. 4:49 to go in the 3rd. 17-3.
Troop is a guy who started for them last year, and now he comes in as a reserve this year, and what he wants is to make plays like everybody else on this football team. And right there, you get a quarterback in your sights, you want to get the sack, but he throws it away. It's so disheartening for a defensive end.
2nd down. Brandon Miner, number 36. All right, Alfred, I'm going to tee you up again. Here's the Ask the Booth question. What do you think of our running game this year and the direction it's headed for the future? Lori from Eastlake.
You know, I think the Denver Broncos have had an attitude adjustment. It wasn't a great first half running the ball, but they did manage to have 51 yards running the football with the first unit. And more impressingly, it was done when they wanted to run the football. I think with Kyle Lloyd, you can throw the ball all around the field, but you got to run when you want to run the football.
Here's Quinn. Got it. Beautiful. Eric Decker, number 87, out on the left side. Gain of 13 and a first down.
And you'll see Quinn right here, just drops that back step, fires the ball. Ball comes out on rhythm. As you can see in the replay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3 levels to this quarterback tree, and he chose to go to the deep one. Excellent choice and decision. Great route right there from Eric Decker.
And on first down at the 38, here's the handoff, right side, Minor. Getting a lot of action here in the third quarter. Brandon Minor from Michigan. And moving easily through the right spot.
Manny Ramirez right there had a great block that gave him just enough room to get right to that A gap. And as you see right there, you see all the guys up front holding on to those blocks. And as long as you have defenders trying to arm tackle you, you're going to have a good day as a running back.
Flag down. Illegal
Ball
procedure.
start, number 72, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
You know,
That's Herb Taylor, number 72.
You know,
me.
running the football is a state of mind. You know, you just don't throw in 15 run plays in the first half just to run them.
Mm-hmm.
Every run has to be run as if this is who we are. The Broncos are learning to do that right now, and here you go with the flip play with no Sean.
Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson jumped in there. 3-7, not 2-7.
Believe me. Believe me. I've been there. Let's take another look at it, Alfred.
As you see right here, it's a play that is designed for the defensive end to crash down and leave a one-on-one in the alley with the linebacker. And if you're not on your game, then that play is going to go for huge yardage. Right there, Jeremiah Johnson kind of stumbled because he didn't know whether to turn that up or try to make a move.
Second down now. Quinn, who had a hot start, goes into the end zone. Touchdown! Brett Davis, number 17. And Quinn threw him a rope, led him just right.
He got it off of play action, and it was absolutely the right call at the right time. That is just a great job of scouting. Right there, you see the play action that holds the safety, and Brett Davis just runs a skinny post right to the end zone. Don't bang your head on the goal post, kid. Nice job.
Extra point forthcoming. Matt Prater on. And looks like offside is going to be called against Buffalo. Britt Davis, number 17. Touchdown toss from Brady Quinn.
There's something different about Brady Quinn. There is absolutely something different about Brady Quinn right now.
Offside, number 27 on the extra point. The extra point is good. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
He's a different man this year, Vern. In training camp, he is completing everything. He is competing. He is having fun. He is directing the offense.
You know, he said yesterday, and he wasn't pointing fingers, but he said he didn't feel like he was given an opportunity to compete yesterday, last year, and this year that there has been open competition. He's in his 5th year, as we've said, and he's playing really well.
He's a guy who was having a problem last year with a finger on his throwing hand, and nobody knew that around here in Denver, but now we have an understanding what was going on.
If you didn't set your DVR for this game, you can catch it again tomorrow afternoon. We'll re-air the Broncos-Bills matchup in its entirety at 3 o'clock on My 20. And the kick from the 40. Another, you know, I must say, it's kind of tedious to watch the kickoffs.
Right. I mean, I think the only way that you can make a play if you're on special teams, I guess, is the surprise onside kick.
Right.
You know, or if you have, or if you're trying to pin the offense back, you have to try to skyball and just try to kick it up in the air, if you're trying to pin them back. But that's more dangerous. I think it's only a 12% chance for an NFL team to go 80 yards and score a touchdown. So that is a daunting task. You have to have an excellent offense, and that starts with the quarterback, which the Bills have had 8 of since Jim Kelly retired.
Ooh. Is that right?
8 quarterbacks have started for the Bills since Jim Kelly retired in 1996.
Goodness. And there's another pass from Thigpen that's a little too high. Okay, John Elway was drafted in 1983. It was the year of the quarterback draft. Okay, you remember who the last quarterback was?
Drafted in 1983.
1983. 6 quarterbacks in the first round.
Jim Kelly.
No, it wasn't. There's a guy who played for Miami for a few years.
Dan Marino.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now, I'll give you time to think about this because it's a pop quiz. Can you name the other 4 quarterbacks who were drafted in the 83 draft? There are 4 of them. Jim Kelly's one of them, so now you've only got to name 3.
I know. I'm not Kenny O'Brien.
Got it. Very good. Very good. Oh, now we're down to 2.
Todd Blackledge.
Yes.
Blackledge.
Oh, he's going to be so happy we got him. Kansas City.
And
one more.
The last one. Let's see. Elway was the first pick.
Right. Marino was the last. You want a hint?
Yes.
Big Ten. Want a bigger hint?
Yes.
Haven't had a great team since Dick Butkus quit.
Chicago Bears.
Tony Eason.
Tony Eason. All right.
You did well.
Tony Eason was, that was a tough one.
I know. Ken O'Brien's a tough one, I think. 6 of them. Greatest quarterback draft ever. John was first. Marino was last. My guy, Todd Blackledge, was number 2. And
was he really?
Yeah. Kansas City, out of Penn State.
I tell you what, you can't play in this league anymore without a quarterback. And the rules have been built for the quarterback to win. They're protected, and there is no jamming the receivers after 5 yards.
Right.
If you got a good quarterback, you can really do well in the NFL.
First down, Buffalo. Here's Thigpen. It goes right. Anthony Elzey, number 39. That is an amazing stat, though, Alfred. 8 quarterbacks since Kelly.
And for the Denver Broncos, it's been 4. Those 4 were, of course, Greasy,
right?
Plummer, Cutler, and now Orton.
Right.
So it's not been as busy of a carousel, but it's been busy here in Denver, but nothing like what's happened in Buffalo.
No. And they do think now, even though Fitzpatrick didn't have a great night tonight, they think he might be a solid starting quarterback. He was only 6 of 17 this evening. There's a handoff. It goes to Anthony Elzey again, the rookie. And guess what? You look up and we finished 3. Brandon Lloyd knows that. 24-3. Broncos are rolling. It would appear as we start the 4th quarter that when Denver gets the ball back, Tim Tebow will make his first appearance tonight. Brady Quinn, more than effective. Touchdown throw. And it's 24-3 Denver.
How about that? Brady Quinn responsible for 10 points in the span of just about a quarter, plus a 2-minute drive that led to a tipped interception.
3rd down, short. Blitz coming. And they've got the first down. It's Brad Smith hands it off to Anthony Elzey. And the first down, Buffalo.
I like the way Elzey runs. He's a no-nonsense runner, and he hits that edge fairly quick. And Brad Smith is running this offense. This is an offense he's very familiar with when he goes to the Wildcat. And the guy who was the first to introduce it to the NFL was Chan Gailey, and he's over there. He couldn't wait to get Brad Smith in uniform.
Now Tyler Thigpen is back in. First down for the Buffalo Bills. blitz from the corner. No, it's just not a blitz. It's just a great pass rush, unencumbered, unhindered off the edge. My goodness. Derek Harvey unimpeded, as they say, through 3. Alfred, what strikes your fancy here?
Total yards. If you look right there and you see the Broncos with 338 total yards and 260 of those have come through the air, it's been excellent play at the quarterback position. That has been the one position this entire preseason that has been outstanding. The offensive line has done their job, and they are a confident group. Got 4 returning starters along with Orlando Franklin, and now the second group is in there, and they've done their job as well.
2nd down and 10. Derek Harvey, who played collegiately at Florida. There's another blitz. That was Kyle McCarthy who came through, and the catch is made by Elzy, the little safety valve. McCarthy in the mix, very much so.
Take a look at this play here. 2nd down. As you can see right there, it was a blitz that was called, and as a safety, what you got to do in that situation, or a linebacker, is that you have to hug up against that tailback and get right on his hip. You can't wait for that guy to make a move in open field. Chances are he's going to make you miss every time.
3rd down and 4. Opening moments of the final quarter. And that's another 1st down. This is Bruce Hall, just acquired as a free agent, number 36. And the tackle made by Mike Mohammed, number 53. Hall.
And the familiar number of that 53 of Bill Romanowski. He was a great player at Cal. Mohammed was a fantastic player. Now we look to see him for many years in a Bronco uniform.
1st down 10, Buffalo. Left side, and this is Bruce Hall once again. Well, we've got 12:55 to go in this one. Let's pause 10 seconds for this station identification. Back in Denver, where the Broncos lead at 24-3, comfortably in control. Buffalo is moving the ball now, albeit Marcus Easley, number 81, in motion. Play fake. Big pen back. And it's caught by Easley, number 81. That's another Buffalo 1st down. All right. Alfred, you ready?
I'm ready.
Tee up once more. Ask the booth. Boy, these are really, with the tough schedule that the AFC West faces this year, do you think the Broncos are going to have a 7-9 or an 8-8 division winner?
No,
not the Broncos, the division.
Well, no, I believe that there will be a team in this division that'll win 12-plus games with the San Diego Chargers, and I do believe the Denver Broncos will have double-digit wins as well.
Do you now?
Over 10, because of what they've done offensively. The whole entire group has come back, and what they've been able to do is just be consistent. And that's the only thing that you can ask for an offensive ball club. As you see Wesley Woodyard make the play right there on the screen pass. You know, Vern, it's tough putting a ball club together. Mm-hmm. It's even tougher putting a ball club together without OTAs. The Denver Broncos are returning 8 guys as starters on the offense, and on the defensive side, they're returning 6 guys. So they have a jump on teams like, the Bills, who are just looking for guys who can play. The Broncos know they can play.
Well, double-digit wins. You've brightened the night for thousands of Bronco fans around here, because they have really been mediocre for the last, since they went 13-3. There's a touchdown, I believe, yes. And the celebration given some exuberance in the end zone. Catch made by Felton Huggins, number 15. That's a 13-yard.
Take a look at this replay right here. And Big Pen is, not really much of a fake. But I tell you what, that pass was excellent. And he got Paris Cox looking in the backfield and threw it right at his back shoulder. That play has become the play of choice for quarterbacks in the red zone.
Yeah, it has. You're absolutely right. And that was well done. Thigpen to Huggins. The extra point is up and good. 24-10. Chan Gailey's team trailing John Fox's team. Back in a moment. We welcome you back to Sports Authority Field at Mile High Stadium. 24-10, Buffalo just scored, and that score cuts the lead to 14. Brady Quinn through for the night. So also is Kyle Orton, and Tim Tebow relegated to the third spot tonight because of the play of Brady Quinn in the Dallas game last week. And it is indeed Tebow time.
Will we have a return here?
I don't know. No chance. I've given up on the idea of a return. We haven't had one tonight, and we will not have one now unless insanity prevails. And so David Anderson says,
all right.
I'm going to show you my sanity. I'm not going to run it out from 9 yards back. Here comes Tim Tebow. We'll be right back. Well, during the break, we could read her lips. She was talking to her mom, and I swear she said, who was John Elway? Well, her guy is at quarterback right now.
She's wearing that 15 proudly, and now Tim Tebow enters the game to the delight of the crowd here.
So Tebow in action for the first time tonight. First down, 10. Brandon Minor is the running back. Minor avoids the first tackle and gets out to the 23-yard line. Tebow's numbers last week, 6 of 7 for 91 yards. But as we've said, and now, Alfred, you've addressed this, I know, on your radio show, it's really the accuracy problem with Tim
Yes.
right now, right?
As a good friend told me once, playing quarterback is a lot like playing shortstop. You have to learn to throw from a lot of different angles. And Tebow's learning that as he's progressing through his growth pattern in the NFL. And, you know, sometimes you have to throw it hard. Sometimes, like on the last play, you have to just barely throw it. And those are the type of touch plays in the NFL that he's going to learn over the years. And I believe he'll have his time as well.
Well, I mentioned yesterday in our meeting with Tim, I know him pretty well. We did 23 games, Gary Danielson and I, while he was at Florida. And he is, I think, the most competitive human being I have ever known. Now, that takes in a lot of territory.
Yes.
I never knew you in your prime, so maybe I don't want to take that away from you.
That's fair. That's fair. And, you know, sitting with him, one thing that you know is that he is sincere about wanting to become a starting quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
And I say that, and everybody say, well, of course he wants to be a starting quarterback in this league. He was the first-round draft pick. But he knows that he has to put the work in. He's able to come in early. And people around Denver love the fact that we have Tim Tebow around here. With this new third quarterback rule, I believe they'll still get a chance to use Tim Tebow during the regular season as well.
Second down. Tebow back. Goes deep. And there's a battle for it. It's incomplete. Glover was back defending Dante Rosario, the tight end.
Rosario right there, I imagine he was quite surprised to see the ball thrown out there to him. You know, you don't usually get a wide receiver on the edge, but the ball was put there accurately and gave him a chance to compete for the ball at his highest point.
Third down. Eron Riley is wide to the right side. And a flag. Yeah, we got a block.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. It will remain third down.
So 5 yards marked off.
You know, the guys love playing for John Fox, Vern. It's easy to find out exactly what was happening around the Denver Bronco facility just yesterday. They love their head coach, John Fox.
Here's Tebow. Sacked, and it'll be 4th down. And a little frustration from number 15.
We'll take a look at it and see what happened right here. You had pocket is strong right there. A little pressure from Ramirez, Manny Ramirez right there blocking, and Olsen. When you're a quarterback, what you have to do in this league is, if it's not there, what you don't want to do is that you don't want to take a sack, because it pushes the offense back and it creates a shorter field for the returning team.
Britton Colquitt with the punt. It is taken at the 13-yard line by Denoris Searcy, and the Buffalo Bills will get it back with 8:27 to go to the Seahawks next week. Broncos tonight. They're Sundays at 10:35 all season long on 9 News. Over the left side and into the secondary, Bruce Hall, number 36. Les Robinson, number 54, made the tackle.
When the Bills are running this wildcat formation, you have to get an edge. No matter what happens in football, you have to create boundaries. You got to give guys a chance to run, but they run within a 2 or 3 yard seam, not a 9-yard seam. That was a 9-yard seam in the Denver Bronco defense.
Play action, Big Ben. Donald Jones, deep. No, I beg your pardon. It's Naaman Roosevelt, 18 instead of 19. All right, what do you think?
I give you a C tonight. Whoa. Maybe I'll give you a D.
Oh, goodness.
That's been done outside of Denver, and we won't give credit to that other organization.
Let's not. On 2nd down, handoff, Hall, left side. All right. I know you're standing by because we've got one more. Ask the booth. Alfred, how has your position changed since you were playing, and are the athletes different? That's from Mark in Parker.
I don't believe the athletes are different. The way the game has changed is that now there is no play action 7-step drop on a consistent basis. Now you see 3-step and 5-step drops in the NFL. When I first got into the league, 7-step play action was the only way to go, but that's changed, and which made the guys even quicker.
Pass complete over the middle, and that's going to be another Buffalo 1st down. Kamar Aiken, number 88, with a gain of 17, and another Bronco is down.
Looks like David Bruton is down, and
Steve Antonopoulos, first one out there right away. And while they tend to him, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. The injured player is David Bruton. He has just been assisted into a sitting position, which is a welcome sight. Played collegiately at Notre Dame. And another look at the collision.
As you see right here, he's coming up to make the tackle, wants to make a sure tackle, and goes down, and didn't get in proper football technique to make the tackle. But what happens in these situations is that it's the speed of the game. The speed of the game is different, and in practice you don't get a chance to hit guys and form tackle them in live drills, because you don't want to do that to a guy like Brandon Lloyd or Eddie Royal or Eric Decker that could knock them out during the season. So it's tough to get those kind of practice plays integrated into a normal practice. It's when it happens, it's game speed. I don't believe it's anything to do with OTAs or missing any time in football. I just think it's just getting used to game speed.
1st down for the Buffalo Bills. Tyler Thigpen Has a little time, goes deep, and it is incomplete. Knocked away by Quentin Carter.
A hard-hitting safety out of Oklahoma, and what you see right here is, he wasn't trying to get the ball out with his hands. He actually did it with his helmet. And Thigpen put the ball right on the money. It's a guy who was highly thought of when he was in Kansas City. Didn't work out there. He's going to try his hand now in Buffalo.
Thigpen 9 of 16 for 87 yards. On in relief, he's the second quarterback tonight. Oh, nice one. That's Marcus Easley, and that'll be a first down at the 12-yard line with 6:12 to go. So this thing not salted away yet at all.
And if you're a defensive lineman, what's going on is, you may be thinking it's a pass, but since the Bills have run the screenplay so effectively, you don't want to go all the way all out to go after the passer, especially when they've been hitting this screenplay effectively. But that was a nice throw and catch right there.
Now Brad Smith is back in, number 16. Had the option. The option was covered, and he keeps it, lost 3. It'll be second down.
Talked to Dennis Allen yesterday about this formation and the personnel grouping with Brad Smith playing quarterback. He said he welcomes the challenge of anybody playing that Wildcat formation against them. And what he's doing right now is that he's caddying the corner, which means he's telling each corner that's standing outside on a wide receiver that's in the slot, you go ahead, you take out for blitz. Make them throw the ball before we change our defense.
Play action, inside route, and the catch is made at about the 6-yard line. That's Naaman Roosevelt, number 18, and he gets up limping. That's a gain of 8. So Roosevelt heading to the Buffalo bench.
Everything in the red zone is going to happen quick. Slant routes, fades, play action happens. It's going to be right over the middle. It's going to be 3 steps. So as a defensive lineman, no big pass rush moves. Get into your rush and do exactly what the Bills did to the Denver Broncos. Put your hands up and disrupt the pass.
They're down. Whoa, pressure up the middle. And Thigpen threw it behind the receiver. It'll be 4th down. I'm sure they'll go for it.
Immediate pressure right there in his face, and Thigpen did the right thing. Get that ball out of your hand. You don't want to take a negative play on 3rd down that could put you in danger of being 4th down and goal to goal. So he did the right thing, and now we have an interesting situation for the Denver Broncos defense.
Aiken is the wideout to the left side. On 4th down, into the corner, knocked away. Beautiful play. Intended for Aiken. Parrish Cox knocked it away.
Going for that back shoulder fade again. Parrish Cox was burnt on that earlier, but the first time's on me. The second time, I tell you what, I'm going to make that play. And if you look out there, and he's totally playing the route. He's not playing anything else. They got him on it once. There's no way you're going to get him on it twice. The young cornerback is a fast learner in this league.
And the Broncos take over with 4:11 to go. And a first down at their own 6-yard line. I formation behind Tebow. Not much there. Jeremiah Johnson, number 37, he and Minor getting most of the action at running back here in the 4th quarter.
I do believe that most defenses that are going to see Tim Tebow it's going to be muddy for the running game until he can hit some of those downfield passes. Those linebackers creep up and they believe it's going to be run and they dare him to throw the ball behind them. And until he can make those completions, everything in the running game is going to look muddy.
2nd down, 10. Right guard, Jeremiah Johnson out near the 10-yard line. That's going to leave a need of probably 6 for the first down. And the clock unwinding. It's 3:13 now. By the way, these two teams play in regular season, and the game will be at Buffalo, and it will be on Christmas Eve.
A nice Christmas present if you can get a win on Christmas Eve.
But it's in Buffalo.
No matter where you get the win on Christmas Eve, it's a nice win.
I'm asking if you're making that road trip.
No, I don't think so. You know, maybe we'll see. But I tell you what, it's been fun watching these guys play. And Austin Sylvester, man, tell you what, for a fullback, this guy has been outstanding.
Here's Tebow, and he slides. And they're asking for a flag to be thrown, and it is not.
It's like he's run the clock out before, Vern.
Yeah. You remember what he told us yesterday? When Florida, we asked him about heroes. Here's Tebow. We've seen this a couple times. And I haven't seen that much.
Right.
I have not seen that much because normally he's got the shoulder down.
Right.
John Fox says, come on, he was sliding feet first. No, that looked a little emotional, that exchange. We've reached the 2-minute warning. 24-10, Denver. 2 minutes to go here in Denver with the Broncos leading 24-10. Worth another look, that slide from Tim Tebow, not something that those of us who followed him at Florida saw much of. Look at this.
Yeah, I know. The old Tim Tebow would have put his head down and ran right through that guy. He understands he's in the league now.
Oh, he's going to get some razzing from his former teammates with the Gators. On first down, here's Tebow, handoff, and that's a gain after the 21. He was chatting with us yesterday. By the way, John Fox was in a meeting with us, and Tim had to wait 30 minutes. And he understood that was the head coach in the conversation.
Right.
And very patiently, and never said a word about it when he came in, but he was talking about one of his memorable moments. They were playing Oklahoma for the national championship game, and he rolled out much like that, and he got knocked out by an Oklahoma line, not knocked out, but knocked a little silly near the sideline. And he lost the ball out of bounds. He was going to reach out and grab it, and all of a sudden, a guy in a suit on the sideline reached down, tapped him on the back, and said, "Nice job, you're doing really well." And he looked up, and it was Emmitt Smith, his hero.
Right.
Here's Adam Weber, who's in, so Tebow apparently is done for the day, tonight. And a kind of inconsequential evening for Tebow. Weber, the free agent out of Minnesota. Tebow 1 of 2 for 10 yards, and the run. And I must say, Brady Quinn did everything he could tonight to solidify a position behind Kyle Orton.
Yeah, and Brady Quinn he's been fantastic in camps, and it's carried over into the game. And it's fun to see guys take that next step. Kyle Orton has taken a quantum leap as well. I mean, this offense was not one of the most powerful offenses in the NFL. As a matter of fact, they averaged 19 points a game, and that was good enough for 19th in scoring offense. But the way that they looked this year in preseason early on looked like they could be an even more powerful offensive football club.
Little inside give goes to Austin Sylvester, number 40. And timeout taken by Buffalo.
And once again, you know, I know a lot of people say, well, why would you take that timeout? Why would you make them punt the football? You are a minute 42 behind in a preseason game. Why would you do that?
Right.
Well, you want to see Thigpen in a situation in a 2-minute drill.
Of course.
This is a drill that everybody works on all across the league. So why wouldn't you want to see your backup quarterback take these opportunities, especially if there is a real competition that's going on your football team? Maybe you think that Thigpen could be the permanent quarterback for you, and you need this extended time to see.
Here is the punt from Colquitt. He's averaged 59 yards per punt tonight. That one to the 20-yard line.
58-yard punt and a 7-yard.
Denoris Searcy, that one's a 58-yard punt and 7 on the return. So very modest numbers for Tim Tebow tonight. 1 of 2, played only in the fourth quarter, and Buffalo ate up a lot of clock in the fourth quarter. Chan Gailey's team apparently is going to drop to 0-2. All three. Look at the smile from Brady Quinn.
It's not been a great offensive year for the Buffalo Bills offensively.
Well, it comes in preseason, but this is going to be the first win for John Fox as the 14th head coach of the Denver Broncos. That catch is made by Zach Pianalto. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks for tonight. Orton, 10 of 13. Brady Quinn, 10 of 16. Tim Tebow, 1 of 2. Quick snap. New quarterback on. It's Brad Smith, not a new quarterback, but on to, I guess, wrap this up. Is Thigpen coming back in? No, he's not.
And Vern, once again, the reason that they're playing Brad Smith at quarterback and throwing the ball down the field is to alert teams that this guy can throw the ball down the field. Now, you can blitz us every time that you want, the way the Denver Broncos did, but on top of being able to run with the football, Brad Smith can throw the ball. He had an excellent career when he was at Missouri and ended up throwing for 4 years with over 4,000 yards passing and 4,000 yards rushing. So he is an excellent quarterback, and this serves the NFL notice that we can do more things.
Now we've got a clock disparity here. Huggins is the wide receiver who was injured on the play, walks off without assistance, and we're down now to 52 seconds. Smith. All the way to the 40, and then he slides and is popped from behind. So they will hurry now, hustled as the clock continues to run. 35 seconds to go. That was a 20-yard gain. Final 30 seconds. Pass is complete. Bruce Hall, number 36, does get out of bounds to stop the clock with 17 seconds remaining.
Great job of understanding the game and knowing the situation. And right there, when you catch that ball in the middle of the field, your first instinct is to take the ball and run right up the field. But with only 17 seconds left in the football game, the best thing that you can do for your football team without timeouts is to get out of bounds. Great job of knowing where you are and what the situation was.
See the Broncos preseason schedule at home next Saturday night against Seattle, and then September 1st on the road at Arizona. Smith, right side. Caught by Pianalto, Zach Pianalto, the tight end. 6 seconds to go, and that should wrap it up. I don't think they'll have time to get another play off. Look at this. The heck with the Gatorade bucket. Let's do a plastic cup. It is preseason after all. Great.
What a night for Kyle Orton.
Yep.
And the Denver Bronco offense putting up 24 points and essentially 3 quarters of play. And it could have been much more if they want to step on the gas.
A couple of old friends meet at midfield. Chan Gailey and John Fox. And the Broncos celebrate the victory 24-10. Brady Quinn, Kyle Orton start in this one. And don't forget, if you didn't set your DVR for this game, you can catch it again tomorrow afternoon. We'll re-air the Broncos-Bills matchup at 3 o'clock on My 20. Let's go down to Rod Mackey and John Fox.
So you didn't get the Gatorade bath, you got the Gatorade little splash. I guess has to feel good to get win number 1 preseason or not.
Yeah, it does. You know, I think it was a great crowd. We got great fans, and you know, we're trying to establish something at home, and I thought the guys answered the bell pretty good.
Biggest improvement from game 1 to game 2, Coach?
Yeah, I thought our defense was better when they went a little longer, and I thought they got better. offensively we're able to put touchdowns up instead of field goals, and so all in all it was an improvement.
Last question, the decision to go with Brady instead of Tebow as the second quarterback tonight's game.
It's just part of the rotation. Last week Tim got first, this week Brady got first. It's not a big deal at all.
Good. Coach, thanks. Congrats on the first preseason win.
Well, thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
that.
All right. Back to you guys.
All right, Rod. And this one's in the books, 24-10, final score.
These Saturday nights are fantastic for guys who are trying to make their way onto rosters.